Hey guys, it's WhatiF here. Just want to make this video just to talk about the NASCAR 2023 mod that just came out. Actually on June 8th, but shockingly nobody covered this until on the 12th. But it's out for the general public. I don't want to link anything because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube because YouTube's really weird with how that works because somebody tried to do a 2021 mod tutorial and that video got taken down, so this won't be like a tutorial on how to get it or anything, but there is a way to do it. It's out there. I just wanted to talk about this because overall, there's really not much different from what the 2022 one was. But this is more of a video just talking about I guess, just the logistics of everything. The fact that this exists by a group of people, as you see on the top of the screen, do this as like on the side. Most likely every single one of them have families, jobs, other different things to do, and they just do this stuff on the side. And yet they were able to do this. This was able to exist while the employees at Motorsport Games, their entire job, these developers, are to get this 2022 thing to come out, which has already been outdated and so far behind. There was the last update that came out, I don't even know, mid-May now, saying that the 2022 thing was going to be coming in a couple days or in a few days. It's been 3 weeks now, so. And I do want to say, I don't want to sit here like defend MSG, but I think there is a reason why it's taken so long to be made. From all the sources I've heard from Alan Bailey and other stuff, it seems like anytime they try to work on the 2022 mod, the game crashes, the audio breaks, and everything just is almost impossible to work with. Now, even if by now, by some means, they're able to get it to work, I think the biggest thing that might be holding them back is getting the damage model to work. Because in this mod, there is that issue where the damage doesn't really work, or it's just weird. It's not right. That is an issue. Obviously, this is a mod. Modders can only do so much. So going into this mod. I'm not expecting, the cars to handle radically different from the Gen 6. I'm not expecting choose cone. I'm not expecting, the Coliseum race or the Chicago Street Course or Nashville. I'm not expecting anything like that. This is just a basically glorified skin with the Gen 7 bodies that they were able to put in, and just understanding that this is what I would quite say is phenomenal that they're able to actually do this, and it's free. Like, that's cool. I overall we'll go through and look at all these, but I guess briefly as I'm talking, but it's surreal. It's really surreal that we have this because we don't really have anything. We don't really have anything to look forward to. It's been really depressing to think about the gaming sphere lately because there's just nothing coming out that's positive, and it's just almost always bad. Don't even get me started on the tangent of the Mike Straw article where people reached out to him to let him know that morale is good. It's just weird. It's just bizarre. There's nothing to show for all this good faith. And there's just no trust. And why should there be trust? Who is going to look at this company for what they've been doing? And, I mean, they're going to have to earn trust back in literally, like... It's literally going to have to be like a Skyfall. Like, from, like, Hello Games. Like, that whole thing. Or it's No Man's Sky. Oh, my God. That game, when that came out, like, how everybody was burned by that game. But it took years and years for the devs to actually... We're going to need, like, a comeback on that scale, and I just don't think that's going to happen. The odds of that happening is, like, 1%. Like, not even 1%. It's, like, half of a percent. But, yeah, I'm thankful this is out. It's really cool. I do wish the damage model worked because I really would like for that to be a thing. I wish there was other things in it, but there's just some limitations that just seem to be straight up just impossible unless you just make almost an entirely new game, which is not really what NASCAR Rivals is. NASCAR Rivals is with the newer Unity engine, which came out. I don't know what version they're using. They might be using 2021 Unity engine. I'm not sure because I'm assuming I'm saying that word a lot, but I'm thinking most of the AI coding can be transferred from like Ultimate Edition Plus to Rivals, and it almost seems to work flawlessly with the transition. I mean, obviously they had to code new tracks, and that was a disaster, obviously, but most of that could be ported over. So I'm thinking with this, it just whatever they're trying to do is just breaks things, and there's just some things that are so deeply encoded into the game that just can't be fixed, like the damage model. Like some of that stuff is just permanently ingrained into the DNA of the game that just can't be like fixed, I guess, or touched on. And this Unity engine is based on the 2019 one, if I remember correctly. So yeah, there is definitely differences with that. So I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm just. It's cool to have it, no matter really how you slice it, because we're going with the legend drivers. Those aren't like properly modded. Obviously, I would be singing a whole different tune, and I'd probably be ranting, maybe not really ranting, but if this was like a full retail price and some of these things just weren't fixed, I think there would be like some pretty big criticism. But understanding the context of why this was made, the intent behind it, it definitely isn't something I don't think I can. I think it's understandable to not be so super critically harsh when these are people literally just doing it on the side in their own free time and everything. I feel like this would be much more egregious if this was a full retail price and this was like, if people were paying like $50 or something, or 60, and you're getting something where the damage model doesn't work, that you don't have, there's no new track. Like that would probably be a whole different story. So I'm trying to be pretty understanding and reasonable about all that. But yeah, it's cool. I'm happy that it's here. It's cool that it exists. I'm assuming as the year goes on, we'll get more paint schemes. I could probably turn back on the PC audio. Not like it really matters, but yeah, there's obviously limitations. No fifth gear. The cars don't, like, the speeds are way too high. It's not quite a 1-to-1, but at least you have the skins and the actual Gen 7 bodies for all the manufacturers, which is cool because that was like an issue that they had for a really long time. So I'm overall very thankful that this exists. People want to not buy it, but like if people want to download it, you could probably find it out there. It's not hard to find. I'm hoping throughout the year we can get more paint schemes and everything. So by the end of the season, we'll have just about as much as we did with 2021 with the mod with that, because there was like over like 100+ different schemes. It was a shit ton, more than what Ultimate Edition Plus had, which was just basically the base schemes. So I'm hoping by the end of the year we'll get more paint schemes, and then we can and they put Kurt in. That's fucking a fantasy situation where Kurt could be in the 67. That's fucking cool. I appreciate that. Whoever thought that idea, that's pretty goddamn awesome. So I appreciate that. And then we have a couple of other like one-offs, like Jimmy Johnson, Pastrana, Kimi Räikkönen, and then you have some of the legend ones which aren't really finished because as you can tell, the models, the mold isn't quite matching with things. So yeah, but that's what's in it. Overall, I'm really, really happy with what's here. The other thing too with this mod is, for whatever reason, the one lug nut is for all the like for trucks and Nationwide or Xfinity. God, I'm getting NASCAR and I'm confused. But yeah, so you got all the I think these are 22 schemes. So yeah, you got like a bunch of extra bonus ones. But yeah, you get one lug nut wheel for all of them because that's just how the game is like coded, where it just doesn't seem to work. So that's kind of the thing I'm thinking MSG is probably dealing with, is just the logistics of trying to do all that. Cause it might just straight up be almost impossible to actually. Because if they got everything right with the Cup Series stuff, then the Nationwide or Xfinity, the Xfinity stuff might have the one lug nut, same with trucks, and that's not going to really look right or make sense. So I think there's probably so much other crazy stuff that they just straight up can't do. But again, that's on them for constantly saying, oh, it's going to be coming out, and to be so adamant about it. It's just, at this point, I think it would just be best for them to take an L and try to make another dumb copy and paste game. And I don't know. What do you possibly do in a situation like that where everything is so bad and so wrong? I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. I'm very, very thankful that there are people out there taking their time to do something like this, because if we didn't have them, we really wouldn't have any console related thing to really talk about. We would just be stuck at 2020 or the Switch games with Ultimate Edition and Rivals. But at least there's this, so that's always cool. So yeah, overall, I think it's neat. I think this kind of just puts another embarrassing knock on the on MSG, because these modders in their spare time are able to do this, and I keep reiterating at the point because it's so insane that people in their spare time can able to create these and get that to the public quicker than something that's like officially released. But I do like to acknowledge that I would have to imagine trying to work with like the Heat 5 Unity engine and trying to make a new body that also not only is just a body but has the roof flaps work and then the damage work is probably a task that just I don't think is possible to make. I think the game just, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to like dick ride MSG, because I'm not. I've been super critical. I'm just trying to like I'm trying to understand the madness. So yeah, overall, that's kind of my thoughts on that whole situation. It's been crazy to think about, but it does exist. If people want to try it out, they can. It is available to the public, so it's cool. It's nice that we'll have this, and hopefully by the time the season ends, we'll get more and more extra paint schemes, because those should be pretty straightforward to port them. And I guess, I don't know. I'm hoping we'll get more like paint scheme stuff throughout the season. But yeah, this is a very, very nice starting ground. I think this is cool. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully, you're able to get the mod work and have fun. There is slight different changes. I remember when I was racing at Daytona, the AI are a lot tougher, and also the AI skills and everything are updated. Everything's all adjusted, so it's more accurate to their 2023 counterparts. There's a lot of things like that. Obviously, with this mod, you have. Well, I guess we'll start. I guess this is not just like a complete just updates on paint schemes, but you also get Atlanta 500 miles, 400 miles. Then you have the night race, which they don't do that in the Cup Series anymore. Bristol got the night race and standard one. Obviously, no dirt Bristol, because that just can't be a thing. It just like breaks the game. So, but you get the Charlotte 500 miles and then 600. So that's pretty neat. We haven't had a 500 mile version of Charlotte since NASCAR Heat 3. Rollville, we got Chicagoland at night and Chicagoland at day. So you do get some day-night variations. You get the 500 mile version of Darlington and the 400 mile version, Daytona 500 and all that. Standard Dover race, Homestead at daytime, and then Homestead at night. The Brickyard, Rollville, Iowa at day and night. Kansas, we don't have the proper logos. I think it's supposed to be the Advent Health 400 and something else for the fall, but they don't have that. Kentucky at night or day and night. Vegas, Martinsville, we got the 500 race, 500 mile one, and then the 400 mile one. Michigan, same. Mid-Ohio, New Hampshire. So a lot of the same tracks, but some of them have night variations. Like this one has a night variation, which is always cool. Pocono has the standard 400 miles. Road America, Sonoma, it's 100. I don't have it set to 100%, but it is a 110 lap race, but they don't have the proper configuration because this is based on 2020 stuff, so that's not possible. So obviously there is limitations, but there is at least an attempt to do different things, or at least add the night variation stuff, which is always appreciated. Same with WWT Gateway, whatever, day race and a night variant, and all that stuff. So that's always cool. So with that, that's about it. There's a lot more different smaller things that might be missing, but there is on their site. It does have like a README thing. You can go through that and read through all that. Marutz already basically did a stream showing all that, so you can probably watch his stream and find out. I don't really think I should be doing a stream talking about the paint schemes when people have already done that, so I don't really think I can. Just don't think it would really mean a whole lot. But I think talking about this and just trying to like understand or try to make sense of this, how we're even here to begin with, I don't know. It's both kind of, it's cool, but then sad. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I have to say. So take care.